Hello traders, welcome to EMA Forex Educational YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're going to be running through two things in this video. First off, we're going to take a look at the trade setup that was shared with the community on Friday, which was NFP. And secondly, we're going to analyze a few trade setups, look at the market, and also uh, I'll show to you guys my favorite picks ahead of the market open. Yeah, two potential high trade setups that I'm eyeballing, and we're going to look at those things and other nuggets that will be in the video. Before getting to the video, if you're new here, do like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications so that you'll be in the loop of updates like this. I'll be sharing more and more of high value educational content with the community. So let's get down to what we have on the charts. So Eurocard was one of the three setups that was shared with the community on Friday, and this is more like my high probability setup that I like take as one of when you scale it from a scale of 1 to 10, I'll scale it around 7 to 8, which is more like saying there's a high chance that the trade is going to fall as anticipated. It's going to fall in as anticipated. Like for taking sales, the sales is going to kick in and all of that. So, however, let's step back. Let's take a look at what the chart was looking like before I decided to take this trade. So, basically, on the daily time frame here, when we zoom in, um, we had this bearish engulfing nature of price. Now we're having this kind of popping up in a high value area where we had price um, having equal highs, unable to trade above this level. That gave me an indication that we're likely going to be getting sales in the market. So, so fast forward this, if we play this, we'll see that we had price trading all the way to the downside as anticipated. And if you look at this, we are still having some moves down here. We are still having potential move all the way to the downside. This trade is not done yet. However, at this point, this is where we're anticipating pullbacks. So pullbacks to levels like this, or potentially pull back to this area before probably we commit to the downside. So usually price moves in certain way. You don't just get price moving in one direction. The market needs to pull back at some point. So those areas of pullback are usually opportunities to get in on a trade. So Eurocard is still on my watch. I'm not done with this trade yet. However, we took our trade profit on this, and I'm still going to have this on my watch because there's still potential move to the downside. So Monday, Tuesday, I'll be expecting some zigzagging around here or probably aggressive pullback all the way to this level here before we start committing to this sell. Whatever happens in the markets here, I'll still be looking at the price action and wait patiently until the sell is ready. But I'm still bearish on Eurocard. So next up on the list, similar setup like Eurocard, we're having GBP card. So GBP card as well. This was a sell setup as well, and it did hit our targets, our entire target. That's about 116 pips on GBP card, and on Euro card we bagged about 115 pips. That's over 300 pips on a single on a single day trading. So Euro card and GBP card. So I usually like focusing on few trade setups, those that are having high probability. I don't usually have too much setups to watch. So fast forward back to GBP card, just to throw more light on this. So of course this is setup is much like the one we took on Euro card. So there's potential that we're going to sell all the way to this level, and we'll be expecting some pullbacks, of course, some pullbacks maybe to this level before we drop all the way down to 1.6700 level. So usually when price moves here, price always pulls back. So those pullback are opportunities to get in on the trade. So we want to have this on our watch and keep tabs with it. And when our opportunity for entry comes in, we execute. So fast forward from this, let's take a look at the trade for um, this week. So looking at DXY first off. So it's a new trading week and I want to start with the weekly charts. So ideally, I like looking at DXY because it gives us an overall sentiment on the dollar related pairs while trading the forex market. So DXY is currently trading around this 100 level. So nothing serious here. I don't have any particular bias on this. I'm just having this on watch because it's going to give us insights for going to trade dollar pairs or not. However, these are my few takes on this. We might potentially see this guy tap into this level and start retracing back up, like start having some level of buys. If we start seeing buys in the market like this, that will be a sign that we are likely going to have strong dollar, or we might just continue to have choppy price movements here before probably start seeing a clear directional move. That's second scenario. The third scenario is if we have a strong bearish closure below, that will be a sign that we're going to have a bearish dollar and it's likely going to go lower. If we're going lower, this will be like our targets. So that's just an overall gauge on the dollar relative strength. However, I'm not having much of the dollar on my watch. So let's jump on to what I have for this week ahead of the market open. So eyeballing UNZD as a potential trade I want to take. This is because we are having this guy already committing to some um, decent price action. So I've taken up the drawings I have on my screen. Let's take a look at this together. So if we look at this here, if we go back to the weekly charts, we'll have a new NZD committing to some decent sells here. What do we have? We have price tapping into this high level, high time frame level, which we had price tapping into before we had this sell all the way down here. And look at what we're having. We're having this level as under key zone as well. So just to keep things neat, not to have this cotton through price, I will just have this at this um, level. So anticipating here as the longer term play is going to take at least a decent amount of time, maybe weeks before we get to this level. However, we can scoop out some day trading moves from this and close our trade and come back if we have some retrace and do the same thing. For those who can like do the swing trading, you can hold it all through depending on your approach in the market. However, there's potential sell in the market. So for fast forward this to the daily chart, we can see on the daily chart that we're having more red candles here and the sell is kicking in and we're going to have some decent pullbacks that will come in to the market. Why? Because we've already committed to this price action, we've already sold in, and the market needs to break, the market needs to retrace. Why are we retracing? If you look to the left, to have this guy as a key significance area. So um, we'll have some degree of retrace, probably retrace back to this high before the sell start connecting and you just have to give it time, guys. You just have to give it time. But however, as we're waiting, we are keeping our eye close on this trade setup so that we get in and we allow the trade to run. So we want to see how price pulls back to this level. It might not pull back up to this level depending on how the price builds up, but we're just waiting for that retrace to be ready and we take our potential sell. So once this sell start kicking in, our intermediate zones for take profits will be this level here. And depending on how price builds up, we'll want to take this as our first target and we'll get out from the market if you okay with that, depending on how you approach the market. And this will be like a longer term play. So that's about it for Euro NZD. Next on the list is GBP AUD. So GBP AUD, let me take out all of these drawings. Let's do the same thing. So basically, we are doing top-down analysis that gives us the overall gauge of the market, overall view of the longer-term directional move. It makes it easier for us to key into the longer-term, high-time directional move and take these trades. We've seen how the trades we took last week Friday played out. These are the kind of trades we want to be taking. So if we look at this here, we are at this high time frame weekly um, level 1.9, and this is somewhat like another key significant level. So if we fast forward, we look at the daily chart. For the daily charts here, we already have price committing to this. We have this bearish price formation, this kind of formation, and currently we are here. So if we go down to the lower time frame to the forward chart, on the forward chart we'll see this much clearer that we have sold off, we retraced, we came back down, and there's a potential move that we might retrace back to this level before the sales start kicking in. So the intermediate levels we have here for this sales, if they start kicking as our target, we'll be looking at this level as our our profit taking level. That's two scenarios I've just shown you. Alternatively, this guy might just want to pull back and come back to this level to create equal highs here before we start seeing new price action building up. However, we're trading based off price action here. The market will likely give us some clues of what to expect as we take on this trade. So these are my like two major trade setups that I have ahead of the market open. So that's about it, guys. Do turn on your notification, like, subscribe, share the YouTube channel link with your friends. Also, the Telegram link to the Telegram community will be in the description. And cheers to have a wonderful trading week. Keep it simple.